Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Hi, I'm Shannon Sweeney. I've been a player or coach for most of my life, and I understand the need to keep our kids motivated and safe. As a parent and coach, I also understand the need to make sure our children are protected. That's why insurance is as an important part of the game as a good coach is. I've known my fellow coach, Wayne Dietz, for 10 years. I've seen him motivate and inspire players both on and off the floor. I've also seen him make sure that our children are safe by making sure that the teams are properly insured. As a coach, we don't often think about insurance, and when you work with Wayne and his team at D&H Risk Solutions, you won't have to. They take care of everything with honesty and integrity so that you can focus on what you do best, coaching your team to victory.
Since 1972, H&H Auto Parts has provided motorists in the Vernon area with the best auto parts and customer service. Our goal is to offer the best auto parts and customer service available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. To learn about the superior parts we offer, please contact us by phone 973-827-3459.
Welcome to Vernon Vibes. It's good to be back. As many of you know, it's been a while since we've been together. My lovely bride and I had a vacation, which was well-deserved and well appreciated. But we're back and glad to be back. And so it's my pleasure and my honor to have the opportunity to talk with you this evening about some very exciting information. At the town council meeting of March 10th, last evening, the administrative department, under my direction, introduced the 2014 Vernon Township budget. And I am happy to tell you, no, I'm proud to tell you, that for the third consecutive year, property taxes for local municipal government purposes in Vernon Township are going down. Let me repeat that. For the third consecutive year, property taxes for Vernon local municipal government purposes are going down. That's a tremendous accomplishment on the part of this entire municipal government. And I know that you probably, as you've watched our shows, get tired of hearing me talk about what a great job the people who work in this town hall are doing. But you know, the measurement of that, the proof is in the pudding, and that being the fact that our township is in excellent financial shape. I offer to you that in 2011, when I walked through the door to become your first elected mayor, this township had a cash fund reserve of $900,000. Now, the state of New Jersey likes us to have a minimum of 10% of our operating budget, which should have been at that time $2.2 million, but it was $900,000. When we finished calendar year 2013, the cash fund reserve for Vernon Township was $3.3 million. Remember, we didn't raise any taxes between 2011 and 2014. And I know, as many of you have heard from the people who have taken an adversarial political stance to what this government is doing, the mantra that Vernon Township is funding operating expenses by borrowing. That is absolutely false. It is absolutely false. The savings that have been accrued, the progress that has been made through good planning, implementation, and our employees understanding that we can do more with less, and they've proved it. I'll be back in just a minute.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Since 1972, H&H Auto Parts has provided motorists in the Vernon area with the best auto parts and customer service. Our goal is to offer the best auto parts and customer service available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. To learn about the superior parts we offer, please contact us by phone 973-827-3459.
Welcome back. As I mentioned last evening, the budget was introduced, and I want to tell you that the Vernon Town Council adopted on first introduction by a 5-0 vote the budget that we presented. And I'd like to start this evening because this evening's program is going to be focused on our municipal budget and how it impacts all of us. I'd like to start by telling you that from 2013 to 2014, we actually lost, the township lost assessed value again, as we have for the last 8 years in Vernon Township. The loss was less than it's been in the past, but nonetheless, our assessed value in 2014, that's the basis for the property tax that we all pay for local, school, and county purposes. That assessed value dropped $38,961, or 1.45%. It is indeed much smaller, but I start there because what we have to understand is that loss in assessed value has to be made up in increased taxes, since, as the fiduciary agent for Vernon Township, we collect the property tax for all 3 government agencies, even though we have nothing to say about what the school board spends. We have nothing to say about what the county spends. But by state statute, we must collect the taxes and pay the school board 100% of the amount of levy that they have approved and 100% of the levy that the county approves, even if we don't collect the money. What that means is it comes out of the municipal part of the property tax. And later on, we're going to talk about reserve for uncollected taxes. But nonetheless, with the difference in assessed value being down that 38 million, we actually have an increase in the township's budget this year. Last year, the township budget was $23,111,533. This year, the township budget is $24,248,616. And you might ask yourself, well, how can you drop the taxes if the budget is up? We can do it very easily. Remember what I said in the first segment about the cash surplus, what I said about the cash fund balance. You will see as we walk through this exercise what the analysis of revenue is, what the analysis of appropriations is, and how in fact we arrived at the rate that you will be paying on your property for local municipal purposes. So let's start with the analysis of revenue. There's some key areas. First of all, in 2013, we used $943,000 of that fund balance that I was referring to and applied it against the tax rate to, in fact, reduce your property taxes. Because we were so very frugal in the 2012 budget and 2013, and because we were able to increase that fund balance to $3.3 million, we in 2014 are going to apply $1.2 million against your property taxes. That's an increase of 27% of fund balance being used to reduce the property tax in your behalf. Local revenue anticipated in 2013 was $465,000 and change. Our anticipation based upon our experience is that in 2014, that revenue will be $550,000 and change. State aid figures for the years are exactly the same. In 2013, the state of New Jersey forwarded to Vernon Township $2,262,000 in state aid. We anticipate, based upon their communication, it'll be exactly the same for 2014. Our construction code fees for building and the like are anticipated at $360,000, which actually is a decrease of $15,000 or 4% from 2013. However, shared services are beginning to show clearly what a very good idea and what a very good business deal they are for Vernon Township. In 2013, we realized $191,537 for services that we provided to other entities, other municipal entities, the Vernon MUA, Sussex Borough, Wantage Township, and others. And in 2014, that number will be $308,361. Grants. In 2013, we had $458,000 in revenue. We already have approved for 2014 $600,814 in grant money. I'll be back in just a minute to finish this analysis of revenues.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Since 1972, H&H Auto Parts has provided motorists in the Vernon area with the best auto parts and customer service. Our goal is to offer the best auto parts and customer service available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. To learn about the superior parts we offer, please contact us by phone 973-827-3459.
Welcome back. There are special items of revenue in this particular budget, as there are in every budget, commonly referred to as revenues unanticipated and the like. In 2013, that number was $188,000. In 2014, that number is $257,000. Repayment of debt service. In 2013, we gleaned $268,675 in revenue from those entities that are responsible for paying bonds that Vernon Township has guaranteed. Those entities include the Vernon MUA, Mountain Creek Resort, as well as the communities that have done either dam or road projects where the assessment is being paid off via a bond. That number was $268,675 last year. This year, it's $392,071. In addition, the Vernon Municipal Utility Authority will generate a revenue of $1,381,000 to Vernon Township. Last year, it was $824,000. And don't get excited about that, because we don't get to keep that money. You'll see when we get to the appropriation side, that's how much the sewer bills were raised by the Sussex County MUA. And that number that I'm talking about, which is an increase of $557,000, is generated by the billing of the Sussex County MUA. That's right, you heard me. An increase of 557, it's a 67% increase in the cost of sending our sewage to Hamburg, to the SCMUA. Receipts from delinquent taxes. In 2013, $1,650,000 was anticipated. In 2014, we anticipate $1,800,000. This is the important number in this analysis. The amount of money to be raised by property taxes to underwrite the total expenditures in 2013 of Vernon Township's municipal government was $15,484,096. That was against a $23,111,000 budget. In 2014, a $24,248,616 budget, we are raising $15,135,306, and that is a decrease of $348,790, or I should say, a decrease of 2.3% in the amount of actual dollars that will be taxed against your property for municipal purposes. I'll be back in just a second.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Since 1972, H&H Auto Parts has provided motorists in the Vernon area with the best auto parts and customer service. Our goal is to offer the best auto parts and customer service available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. To learn about the superior parts we offer, please contact us by phone 973-827-3459.
Welcome back. In this section, I want to talk to you about appropriations, i.e., the money we're going to spend. Because in accounting, as you well know, you account for what comes in, you must account for what goes out, and they must balance. So let me take you through it real quickly. Actual appropriations for 2014 are up 1.8%, or $283,000 over last year for municipal purposes. And we'll talk more about what that engendered. Appropriations for the Vernon MUA, I already spoke to you about what has happened there. They actually have gone up 74.3% in order to pay the bills for the Vernon MUA to the Sussex County MUA and all of their other expenditures and expenses. Shared services, obviously, we have to appropriate the money that we have coming in so that we can use it to pay our employees and the materials and all the rest. And so that number matches, $308,000. That's up 61% from the $191,000 that we expended in 2014. Grants, again, it's a dollar in, dollar out. That number is up 31.2% because in 2013, we had $458,000 in grants. This year already, we have $600,000 in grants committed to, and we anticipate that there will be more before the year is over. We are pursuing them aggressively. Capital improvements are actually down 20%. In 2013, we appropriated $400,000 for capital improvements. 2014, we're appropriating $320,000. Debt service. In 2013, we paid $2,453,708 in debt service, i.e. our mortgage payments. In the 2014 budget, we are paying off $2,557,872, which is an increase in the reduction of bond anticipation note responsibilities of $104,164 more this year than we paid off last year. And we again are putting $150,000 into that sinking fund light item that we introduced last year to anticipate when the interest rates on the permanent bonds that were issued by the previous administration begin to skyrocket, which is around 2023, 18 to 2023. If the plan that we have laid out, the financial plan we have laid out, is followed by future governments, that jump in interest should not be felt by you, the taxpayers. The only way that it'll be felt is if some future administration decides that they're going to get slap happy and spend money that we really don't need to spend. Deferred charges, $200,000 last year, $200,000 this year. And now I'm back to the issue of reserve for uncollected taxes. Remember what I said about why we have to do it. We have to have enough money in our accounts to pay the school and pay the county 100% of what they are to get, whether we collect it or not. And so, in 2013, $2,380,000 was set aside for reserve for uncollected taxes. Because we did a better job in 2013 in collecting property taxes, that number for 2014 is $2,377,000, a difference of 0.1%. However, the budget ties out in terms of revenues and appropriations. I'll be back in just a second.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Since 1972, H&H Auto Parts has provided motorists in the Vernon area with the best auto parts and customer service. Our goal is to offer the best auto parts and customer service available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. To learn about the superior parts we offer, please contact us by phone 973-827-3459.
Welcome back. So I think it'd be reasonable to ask, okay, so you've laid out the appropriations. How is that money spent? Let's do it this way. $2,523,376 of the $24 million budget goes for general government purposes. What are general government purposes? Tax collector, finance office, tax assessor, municipal clerk, administrative office, and town council. $4,476,768 goes for public safety. What is that? Police, fire, EMS, or first aid. $2,698,265 goes for public works. That's the Department of Public Works, who's responsible for all of the assets of the community, and that includes roads, storm drains, buildings, and any other properties that Vernon Township owns and maintains. Community programs. Community programs include a recreation and community development and maintenance and appropriations for improvements to our recreational facilities, parks, and the like. Pension and Social Security, which are totally out of our control and they are set by the state, $1,873,989. By the way, I mentioned community programs, I didn't tell you the number. The total amount that we spend on community programs is $397,135. That's a good deal. That keeps Maple Grange and the Veterans Memorial Park in the shape that it's in. That keeps the programs that we've brought forward like National Night Out and Vernon Day and several of the others, as well as the programs for our senior citizens in the Senior Center. That's a very well-run program, and the cost of it to this township in relationship to our other costs is very reasonable. Insurance. Included in insurance is, of course, our health benefits, our liability insurance, and our workman's compensation. That number is $3,909,000. And our utilities, and that includes all utilities, gas, electric, for the buildings, for the playing fields, $510,700, for a total of $16,390,113. That's exactly 1.8% above where it was for 2013. I'll be back in just a minute.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Hi, I'm Shannon Sweeney. I've been a player or coach for most of my life, and I understand the need to keep our kids motivated and safe. As a parent and coach, I also understand the need to make sure our children are protected. That's why insurance is as an important part of the game as a good coach is. I've known my fellow coach, Wayne Dietz, for 10 years. I've seen him motivate and inspire players both on and off the floor. I've also seen him make sure that our children are safe by making sure that the teams are properly insured. As a coach, we don't often think about insurance, and when you work with Wayne and his team at D&H Risk Solutions, you won't have to. They take care of everything with honesty and integrity so that you can focus on what you do best, coaching your team to victory.
Since 1972, H&H Auto Parts has provided motorists in the Vernon area with the best auto parts and customer service. Our goal is to offer the best auto parts and customer service available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. To learn about the superior parts we offer, please contact us by phone 973-827-3459.
Welcome back. So let's talk for a minute about the township tax impact, because several things have changed in the last year. Residential tax value for 2013 was $2,368,048,300. And for 2014, that number is $2,341,223,400, or a decrease of $26,824,000. The number of residencies in the township have remained fairly stable. It actually is down by 5 from 10,673 to from 10,678. Actually, we didn't lose 5 residencies. We just have 5 veterans who are totally disabled and therefore are exempt from paying any property tax. And that was a new addition in 2013. The average tax value of a home in 2013 in Vernon was $221,769. In 2014, it's $219,359, or a decrease of $2,409. You might ask, well, how is that? Well, tax appeals. I'm not saying that these are the market values. I'm saying these are the tax values. And I know that there's always a lot of confusion about that, but our tax rate and the amount of taxes that we pay are predicated upon the tax value that's set by our assessor. When it's appealed, the county tax board then makes a decision, and we did have some reductions in the assessed value, particularly in the area of our condominiums in the township, that have impacted on the average value of a home in Vernon to the tune of $2,400 down. The tax rate in 2013 was 57.4 cents per hundred of value. This year, 2014, it will be 57%. And so what that means to convert to dollars, if your home is assessed at the average of $219,359, the amount of money that you pay in your tax bill for municipal purposes is $1,250 for all of the services that we provide: police, DPW, general governmental services, as well as recreation and all of the other things that the township provides to the community. That number equates to a savings of almost $23 per household for municipal purposes. In closing, I would like to read to you a 5-year analysis of tax rate for Vernon Township. In 2010, the tax rate for Vernon Township municipal purposes was 57.6 cents per $100 of assessed value. In 2011, that number rose to 59.5 cents per 100 of value. In 2012, that number dropped to 58.4. In 2013, it dropped to 57.4. And then for 2014, it will be 57 cents even. We are at a tax rate that is now lower than it was 5 years ago. And here's the important point. We haven't cut one service. In fact, we've increased and improved services. Look at your recycling center. We're adding police officers. We have done the paving of Canister Road and the repair of 517 and Maple Grange Road. We are anticipating the repair of Breakneck and Lake Walkill Road, both, if not this year, next. The fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, that we have devised a financial plan that, if followed and adhered to for the next 10 years or beyond, this township will be financially strong, able to meet all of its commitments, including some of the ones that I've been concerned about in the past, i.e. Obamacare and some of the other things that are coming down the pike that will be fostered upon us. There is now a plan that this township has never had in my entire 34 years of living in Vernon Township. I'm proud of that because the people who did it are the people who work in this building, and they've done just a fantastic job on your behalf. I thank you for your interest. I thank you for paying attention. I know that some of this can be pretty dry, but it's extremely important because there's an awful lot of misinformation out there about the manner in which this government functions, and the truest way to know how a government functions is to check the numbers and check the checkbook. I'm proud of what we've done, and you should be too. Have a great evening.